Hey, what was that? How's it chop? Screenplay prep. And what was that? Tension. It's a way of grabbing your attention. So bear in mind, attention, tension, two different things, but both used together can be very useful as a mechanism to get your audience involved and into your scene or the beginning of your movie. As an example, I went to the cinema recently and saw The Protégé, also known as The Asset. At the beginning, we have this character in a long coat with a hood up, walking through this street, and it turns out we're in Vietnam, and then they enter a building and a gun is held as they walk slowly through across creaking floorboards. My attention was completely grabbed. First of all, we don't know who the actor is and the character. It's a mysterious person in a long coat, they've got a weapon, and they stumble across a scene of violence, and there's evidently someone else still in this building. So the intrigue is just fantastic. It's a great way into your story right from the beginning, but also a good way to start a scene by having the audience begging to know, well, who's the character, but also what are they up to? Where are they going? Who are they looking for? What are they looking for? And the clever thing about it is, because the character themselves is searching for something or someone, they themselves are in a state of inquisitiveness. So if you have your character in that state, then doubly so will the audience be following suit. As they're searching through with this possibility that someone might jump out, the audience are right there with them worrying about that, oh, someone's going to jump out, and what is it that you're actually looking for? In grabbing the audience's attention that way, you've already got an investment for them to continue, take this ride along with you to see what happens next. So a very clever mechanism to create intrigue. You could do it with just action description without a character. You could have the scene move towards something across a room or across an outdoor location. And if you have a destination, a box, a dark parking garage, something that we get closer and closer to, there's the intrigue as to, well, what's in there? What is it that's approaching? Is it a character or something else? And what might jump out? What are we going to find? So you're cleverly planting questions. The audience don't really know that they're asking these questions. It's a degree of subconscious that they wonder and ask the questions of where are we going? What's it going to be that jumps out at us? What's in the box? Who's going to fire the gun first? Those questions happen subliminally, but they're there nonetheless. And it's done through clever writing and positioning of characters and objects in certain scenarios. But it's a brilliant way, in my view, to start a movie. It doesn't necessarily fit every story or genre, but that's not to say that even a comedy could start with something a little tense and dramatic and having the audience thinking one thing and then slamming them with something else. It's a very useful writing technique to learn. And if you find you need to quicken the pace of your action movie within the second act, for example, creating scenes where you've got a character and you don't see their face and you see them journey through a room, a scene, towards something, you've set up intrigue, and that's maintaining the investment of the audience. So remember the opportunity for tension and intrigue. Essentially, tension is creating a moment. It could be between two characters as two things get closer and closer. A tension can develop. At a very basic level, tension is getting your audience to a point of wonder, whether it's something disastrous is going to happen or whether it's a wonder of what is going to happen, regardless of the negative or positive aspect, or not knowing the outcome between two characters, whether it's a physical fight or a savage argument. Tension can be created with silence. There's all sorts of manners, but mastering the art of tension is a great tool to have in your screenwriting toolbox. I hope that was useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. If you found that video useful, please consider liking and subscribing. That will tell YouTube that I'm worth watching and ensures I can produce more educational content into the future.